She said she wanna smoke, might as well roll up. She said she wanna drink, might as well pull up. That nigga made her mad, I'm like, damn, so what? You ain't doing shit, girl. Come through, come through, come through. You ain't doing shit, girl. Come through, come through. You ain't doing shit, girl. Come through. Baby, get out your own way. You've been thinking about me since Tuesday. Connect our minds, that's the new way. Connect our hearts, no, I'm too straight. But we can do things to ease the pain. You've been on my mind in every way. What's the point of love if you feel pain? I'm trying to lay you down, make you feel pain. Drive your nails in my back, you got the right away. Hey, like the blunt, throw the tails, that's the valley way. Hey, stimulate the vibe, that's the groovy way. Yeah, I wanna eat your pussy, babe. She said she wanna smoke, might as well roll up. She said she wanna drink, might as well pull up. That nigga made her mad, I'm like, damn, so what? You ain't doing shit, girl, come through, come through, come through. You ain't doing shit, girl, come through, come through, come through. You ain't doing shit, girl, come through, come through. That shit there like a pool, and you know I like to dig deep, deep in deep water. Tell me what you think about it. Actually, baby, don't you think about it. Free your mind, making all them faces, what you feeling like. Meditate and stay like we connected minds. Body so in sync, she throw it back in time. Love how we move, she gon' keep it cool. They clocking every move, so we know that we the move. Tell me meet her in LA, her friend coming too. Damn girl, ooh, you know what you be do. It wasn't even supposed to get like that, we were cruising. Now we wake up in the middle of the night fooling. She ain't tripping, especially by the bitch, she the coolest. Baby don't want love, she just wanna come through. She said she wanna smoke, might as well roll up. She said she wanna drink, might as well pull up. That nigga made her mad, I'm like, damn, so what? You ain't doing shit, girl, come through, come through, come through. You ain't doing shit, girl, come through, come through, come through. You ain't doing shit, girl, come through. What's up, party people, to another episode of Who Asked You Podcast. I'm your host, Studio 2 Groovy, and today we have a very, 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 very special guest in the building. We got my aunt, CC. What's good with it? How are you feeling tonight?
I'm good, fam. What it do?
Hey, it's a really good night. I'm ready to get into this because for people who don't know about you, you are entrepreneur, you are
Yes,
an
sir.
author, you are a curator of Black knowledge. Okay,
Yeah.
so can you tell the people who don't know about you a little bit about you?
Okay. I'm from Georgia, and I love knowledge and I love my people. So that's why I decided to start being a, intellectual writer, because I want to pass along, you know, the skills and inspiration that we need to progress as a Black collective. It's very important for us to unite and love one another for our differences and progress. Without, uniting and knowledge, people can't progress. So that's the main reason I became an author and had to become an entrepreneur, because it's the only way. We have to create things for ourselves and take care of ourselves and build our own dreams, because if we don't build our own dreams, our entire life is going to go to us building someone else's dream. And guess what, you're never going to be able to do anything except unless they say so. So
No, that's facts. That's facts. So what made you like? What was the first thing that happened in your life that made you say, you know what, I cannot work for people. I gotta do, I gotta grind on my own.
so many things, honestly, but I just feel like being black in America is tough. So it's always hard to find good jobs. It's always hard for people to know your worth. It's always hard to be respected in this world. So pretty much I got tired of being overqualified and underemployed. So I decided that I have to follow, my own path in life, because if I keep working for everybody else, I'll never have time to work on myself. I'll never have time to work on the world that I haven't been able to even visit yet. So if you got your whole life doing what somebody else tell you're not learning, you're stagnant in growth, and you're not producing for yourself. And that's the main thing, is I don't want nobody telling me nothing about how I look, how I act, what I say, because white people always gonna want you to put on that face for them. And we can't do that forever, because it was nothing wrong with the face that we had.
Yeah, like you can code
So
switch until you don't
exactly, and that's what
understand
I'm
who
sick
you
of,
are.
the code switching. I'm nice all the time, but guess what? I'm not gonna try to say happy holidays or anything like that when I know that I don't do nothing with holidays. You won't catch me
Yeah,
blessing nobody. You won't catch me blessing nobody. You won't catch me wishing anybody a happy holiday, because I do not partake in things that have negative and derogatory origins. So
that's facts.
yeah, the main reason to become an entrepreneur is for control over your own life, control over your own finances. Whether it's hard, whether it's tough, it will always get better.
Yeah,
It will
I
always
was
get
gonna
better.
say, because being an entrepreneur, that is the harder way, but you
It's
can
definitely
never
tough.
like it was hard for us to learn how to walk. You feel me? So
Exactly.
if we
But we
just
figured
say,
it out though. But we
yeah,
figured it out. Exactly. That was a good analogy right there, bro. Because
that's it.
everything is hard when you don't know everything about it, or when somebody haven't given you all the pieces or told you what to do. But you rather be told what to do at work every day, all day, or take some time to yourself and figure out an easier and better way to make money, than a way that you can leave something behind in the world. Because if we just keep building up our oppressors' corporations, we don't have nothing to leave behind. We don't have nothing to leave behind, period. So that's why we got to start shopping with the black dollar and leaving things behind for our own generations to come, because we can't keep uplifting and empowering and laboring our oppressors' corporations that keep us in poverty. Like
That's
literally,
facts.
all those corporations keep us in poverty. They keep you at a capped income. You know how much money you gonna make every year. It ain't gonna be much far under or above it. What's the fun in that?
Like and it's crazy because it psychologically changes you. It turns from
Yes.
I want to be the best person I can be to
Uh-huh.
how can I make myself look good to this employer that can just
Exactly.
fire you
How
like
can
that.
I ask kids better? How can
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
in here and beat out my other employees for this job or for this position or whatever? It makes you competitive on the wrong levels, and
on the
it's like,
wrong. Yeah, like you fighting for crumbs, and
yes,
he pulling up in a 2020, and your car got rust on it, but you mad at the person who worked with you every day.
exactly.
Like
And that's what I'm
it's
saying.
crazy. It's
That's what
crazy.
I'm saying. I got to figure it out for myself, because believe I'm gonna get there one day. I'm gonna be a worldwide best-selling author, and that is facts.
So actually that's a good segue to my next question. When did you write your first book, and what
So
inspired you to write that?
okay. So I wrote my first book probably like a year or two ago, because it came out this year, but I obviously wrote it before that. So it had to be So 2019 probably.
And what was that book called?
It was the Melanin Writings. It was just my first compilation of poems, and it's actually gonna be volumes to this. Like I'm working on Melanin Writings 2, and I'm hoping to have at least 100 poems in there. So this one was the breakthrough. I want to remind my people of all the most. I just tried to compile the most important points that we need to cling to, which is topics of knowledge, topics of love, topics of unity, and topics of cooperation and sticking together, because that's what it's all about. It's not about I want to turn my back on people who don't look like me, but it's about I need my people to start to love and cooperate with each other and try to help each other versus try to put them down. Like you gotta start sharing the things because that's why our generations aren't being better than our last generations is because most of the generation before you they withhold their knowledge. They don't pass it down accordingly. They don't push you to do something different than what they did, and that's what we got to do to create dynasties. That's what we got to do to get back to our divinity. We have to push each other to do things that we didn't do. You know what I'm saying? When I have kids, I want them to do every single thing I did plus 1,000 more things. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids to just do what I did and just that. Like, that's not how you create Black liberation. You don't create Black liberation through only giving them the same hard things you had to do, and also making them learn things the hard way when you could just make things simpler. Because that's another problem we have in our community. We think you're supposed to start and get everything from the bottom, but that's why white people are on top, and that's why Black people are not, because they don't do that to their kids. Their kids start off with $100,000 trusts. Their kids start off with businesses in their name. Their kids start off with all these financial assets to get where they're gonna go, to get their family in a higher point in life. Like, that's not what Black people do, and that's what we got.
They equate struggling, like making your kids struggle, as good parenting, and that's not always the case.
It's not, because all the lessons they try to teach us through struggle, you can teach them another way. You don't have to teach struggle with struggle. You can just give a child an example of struggle. You can show them a struggle on TV. You can show them something and have them to understand. Do you know how I didn't become a drug addict in life? It's because when I was young and we had health class, guess what they did? In health class, they had pictures in the book of what happens when you take them drugs, when you chew tobacco, when you do different things. That's why. And it's all because of that book had pictures. I'm like, I don't want my tongue to look like that. I don't want my lungs to be black. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it takes. And that's how I know imagery can teach you a lot. You don't have to make somebody go through something to show them that they don't want to do it this way, or show them that, because guess what? That's wasting time, period. And that's why we're at the bottom of society. And I mean the bottom of society, owning nothing, having less than 1% of assets and financial income in the world, Black people. So
right. And let me kind of, because in this book you have a section that has actually a list of books and liberators that people should look into, and I think that's really great. That's one of the vital things about this book, because I feel like it's really in between the poems and everything. It's really like a good reference guide to what you need to know. Like I'm just going to read a few on here. It's some people on this list that I don't even know. So, but I'm going to read the ones that I do kind of know. Like, you got Dr. Francis.
The ones you don't know too after that.
John Henry Clark, huh?
I said I want to hear the ones you don't know after that too.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
Sister Soldier, Nick Gregory, La Isla Africa. Hey, rest in peace to both of them. Joy DeGroy. I love her.
Yes.
Dr. Boyce Watkins, Young Pharaoh, General Seti, James Baldwin, Langston Hughes, Patrice Lumumba. Fun fact: my daddy and my oldest brother are named after him. Patrice.
That's really cool. That's cool that your parents know about him, because I want to say my parents don't know about him. And that's cool.
That's my daddy name. That's my daddy name.
That's really cool, man.
But yeah, you got some dope people in here. I don't know Ivan Van
Sertima.
Yeah, I don't know
Bro, you got to look him up, bro. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you some books after we get off of here, because I got some PDF books of him. And do you know Dr. Renuka Rashidi?
No, I've heard that name in passing, but I don't know.
He a living legend that's alive, bro. I'm gonna send you something about him too. I'm gonna send you like a video about him, and his elder was Ivan Van Sertima, but he wrote a whole. But I had the books of Ivan Van Sertima before I even knew before I put like a picture with a face to Dr.
Right.
Rashidi, and that was who taught him. So just like SETI studied under Dr. Ben. Ivan Van Sertima is one of those elders too, and he wrote a lot of Black books. And yeah. Oh, you know which book he wrote? That's very important. I think it's the Before Columbus book. I think he wrote that book. We came before Columbus. Let me look it up right quick.
And I've seen that book several times.
Yes, and I think he wrote that. Let me see.
Dang, I got a lot of these books.
Yep. That's he's the author of that one. They came before Columbus. Ivan Van Sertima. Or Sertima. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Y'all need to get this book and stop playing. Not just playing.
Yes, and I'm glad you pointed out that list though, because Black books I've read, they don't always give you lists. Now you name some people who did, because like Frances Cress Welsing, she has all of her she got all of her her, like, not her credits, but her
credentials,
her references, references and stuff. So you can go check those out too. But a lot of people don't be doing that. And I just felt like, even though this is a book of poetry, it can also be helpful for you to enhance your enlightenment with just going look up these people, because all those people helped me learn something. Right.
And that's one of the main. If we not teaching to spread the knowledge, we'll be doing it for.
That's right.
I want to.
People always ask me that too, so that's why I put that list in there, because so many, like, becoming enlightened over my whole journey. So many people have asked me for book lists and what I have read and what books I have. So when I did the poetry book, I was like, I have to put a list in here so that my people can grow. Because if you just go look at videos of all those people, you will be enlightened in a day.
Yeah, and low key, high key. You actually retain information better if you actually read it than you watching a video. Like, you retain it better. So, but I wanna read one of your poems. I'm not gonna give it all to them, because then they ain't gonna have no reason to buy the book. But I want to read this one. Really stood out to me. Excuse me. It's called "More in Common Than Out." Conscious water. Ball of moving matter, infinite energy, subatomic particles, protons, neutrons, electrons, atoms, cells, chromosomes, nucleus, huge imaginative brains, thoughts, needs, feelings, emotions, actions, fingers, toes, arms, legs, eyes, ears, noses, hairs. We are all made of universal stardust, meaning the same elements that make up stars make up us, such as carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, and sulfur. I'm going to stop right there, because I'm actually planning on doing a lecture exactly about that. The elements found in our body, that's literally in the works. So that's
bro, let me tell you, I got told off. Like, when I first became enlightened, I had made a status and it was saying that we were stardust. Do you know somebody got on my status just to be negative to me, and they wrong? Like, it was like, girl, what do you mean stardust? Like, just think about what I said. I was very, I'm very loud. I can speak. So I wrote out what I meant, but she still felt the need to be like, oh, you crazy and you wrong. But it's not that crazy. It's really not crazy that the element in the universe is also in us. I don't think that's crazy.
People laughed at me because I said that we actually don't exist because we actually just filtering light. And if I'm not around you and I'm not thinking about you, you don't exist until I reach for that frequency to you.
Bro,
If
you
you,
can't tell that to everybody.
yeah,
You
like
cannot
they
tell
laughed me
that.
out the room and said like I'm a fool,
You can't tell that to any old body.
man.
You inviting yourself to a long conversation. So they ain't
Yeah,
gonna get that. But hey, that resonated with me. I can totally feel it. But yeah.
yeah. Because think about it. Does like when you close your eyes, you don't see anything, but you feel the vibration of the objects around you. So that
Yes.
means that the same vibratory matter that we have that makes up our body is the same exact atoms in frequencies of the universe. And like we never touch, atoms never touch each other. And that's just an electrical, me touching this table. The only reason why I feel that is because I have electrical current going through my body that signals to my brain that it's an object
Neuron.
close enough. Like that's it. That it's a false sensation. And people don't understand that. I know it's scary, but sorry, we don't
I
exist.
know, right? It's so scary for them to really believe we're in the Matrix. This is
Yeah.
a
We are literally energy. We are literally pockets of energy. When we die, when our soul ejects, our body just becomes the same material as this table. It's just
pretty
atoms.
much. It's gonna be just as non-reactive as our body is.
Indeed, you can shake it. You can do all you want to do. You can push. You can actually, without the soul, you can push electricity through our bodies, and we might twitch, but we're not conscious anymore. So it's nothing. It's just material. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna finish. But I'm sorry. I went on a tangent. My bad. All have had mothers, fathers, families, whether known or unknown, likable or not. All experience happiness and sadness. All learn numerous things and experience things that cause us to play, smile, frown, laugh, cry. Everybody drinks beverages for hydration, eats food for nourishment, sleeps for rest, urinates and defecates to clear intestine bounds, and everyone needs and deserves love. Most have Epicurean characteristics in some area or areas in activities designated as superstitious. I cannot say that word. I was trying to say that word earlier. Sorry, y'all. I got big black people lips. I spit sometimes, so I'm gonna skip over that one. Most have caught a beautiful sunset and or sunrise and been caught in the rain and or snow. Most of us have experienced our arm or other limb sleeping because of sitting or laying on it wrong, burning the roof of our mouths and or tongue when eating something hot, love someone, definitely farted and laughed at a fart and been awakened by loud cars or barking dogs. We all utilize languages and are affected by society and the sounds and imagery that we are exposed to. Everyone lives in a society where time is the controller of most things, experiences some problems of some sort, and is motivated by at least one feeling or noun. Everyone is subjective to nature and space due to the ecosystem we inhabit. That is, I love this. Joy, fear, humor, failure, and success at a level or multiple levels is inevitable, as well as sickness and pain at some extent. Culture and empathy is always collected on some level. Creativity, sensation, and imagination will always continually surprise you. Many types of relationships are built and broken, and birth and death are imminent. No matter the skin color, genetics, background, or upbringing, before you think about a person's differences, just remember there's always more in common than out. If we all focus on what we have in common while cooperating, we can all be much more productive. We're all pieces of light, oxygen breathing organisms in various forms, inhabiting the planet Earth and striving to coexist peacefully. There's millions of different energies in motion, but more in common than out. And I want to, before I let you speak, I want to speak on this, right? That is very important because in acknowledging that we have a lot of things in common, that leads to us acknowledging what we don't, and then that breeds respect. If we respect our differences, a lot of the things that go on in this world wouldn't happen.
It won't happen. It just won't even occur. We just said, you know what, that's them. Kept it moving. Like you just learned. Okay, some people like to do this. That's what you just learned today, and you just keep moving. Like, hey,
like that's their culture. I'm gonna move with the fuck. Let me
that's
just
what they like to do.
My business. Stay over there.
Mind my business.
Yeah,
For real.
I love this book. Yeah, this is.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you like that poem. I was waiting on somebody to appreciate it.
No gas.
I was like, man, we got to focus more on what we got in common because we got more things in common than out. Like, it's just so many things that we all still have to do versus the few things that divide us. And what is that usually? Politics, religion.
That's why I don't agree with
military. Those are the things that divide us all the time.
That's why I don't agree with that when white people be like, oh, I don't see color. Oh, you kind of should, because once you acknowledge the differences, right, like I said in reverse, once you acknowledge the differences, you can focus on what's common and vice versa. But if you flat out ignore it, then that's why we butt heads, because we don't think the same, we don't want the same, we don't require the same things, we have different diets. Every like a lot of things that we
it's too many differences for you to just be like, we all the same. Like, that's not cool. Like, y'all don't even have hair. We have hair. You and animals have the same thing. I don't have what you have. But yeah, still our whole upbringing in childhood and in school, they're like, we're all the same. We're all the same. And they try to make you feel that way. But we clearly know the way y'all treat us, we ain't the same.
Exactly.
Because y'all ain't never treated me like how you treat your white counterparts. So that's how I know we are not all the same.
No, that's facts. That's facts. Past the scientific level, we're totally different.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We're both conscious beings to where we can move, think, decide, discern, do different things, but we still are not completely alike.
It's like, it's a lot of ether out here that you could be moving. Like, you ain't gotta be in my space though. Like why you gotta be all in my space? Not just playing.
And you know what book? You know who first told me a whole list of differences that Black people and white people have is Laila Africa. Melanin. What makes me Black? And he got like a whole list in there, and I was like,
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, man. My heart broke on the inside when I heard that. He is the first person in life that I read a book about that explained melanin to me.
Man, and look, I cried when Dick Gregory died. So
yeah, that hurt too.
That was like crucial. And then when
sad for the good
Africa passed, I'm like, damn, man, like that's because that's a leader in real time.
Exactly. Like, especially before we could meet them or encounter them and study under them.
I wanted to interview so bad. Yeah. With Dr. Laila Africa, I promise you I wanted to interview.
Yeah, I love him. I got his other book too with the holistic health, because we gotta have our own people telling us how to help.
I got his melanin book for sure. You gotta have that in the library.
What I was about to say, that you got to. It's important. That'd probably be one of the first books I make my kids read.
This needs to be in every middle school.
You think so? He said my books should be in every middle school.
I'm for real. If you in the Black school,
that thing right though. They head on straight. I am Black.
That's crazy saying that, because she had a 14-year-old.
Oh yeah.
But I'm tired of us learning that we just slaves, yo. Like, that's crazy. What's up?
That is cool. Yeah, he said that he sold my book to this little girl one time when I wasn't around, and she remembered, and she told me she read one of my poems to her classmates and that they liked it.
Oh, see, that's fire. That's fire. Shout out to her and shout out to
how
your
I
king.
Can eat it spread out. What'd you say, bro?
I said shout out to that little girl and shout out to your king as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he be hooking me up.
Hey, we gotta plan an event. Like I know I keep
We
saying that
do.
every time we talk,
do.
I say that, but we gotta plan an event.
But you know what? When I come back to Georgia, we in there. It's dead. Like ain't nothing gonna stop us whenever I get ready to come back to Georgia though.
All
But
in divine timing for sure.
I literally want to just travel and talk about my book and book gigs about my book. Like even if whether it's just talking to somebody, for a while, I don't care. I would love to talk to Black little girls. I love to talk to just Black children. I love to talk to Black women, that are my age. Anybody black. I want to talk to anybody who is an Afro Aborigine of Earth, because I'm not trying to exclude people, but I got something to say to my people, and that's all I'm saying. Y'all got plenty of things written for y'all people and to y'all people. I'm an author writing to my people. Every single one of my books is going to be to my people. My new book, straight to I'm trying to get in the middle.
We gotta read. No, see, if we have to grow up reading about how Christopher Columbus came here,
that's what I'm saying.
They can read about our excellence, about our melanin. Like that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. If we gotta read a whole ass lie, a whole ass fabricated lie, y'all can't read a few facts about what Black people really did, which is invent everything in the fucking world.
They really teach us like genetic insecurities when we're in school. Like
pretty much,
like
because you're in conforming stage. You're trying to conform to everything they want at that point. Your hair, your clothes.
You're a slave, and then civil rights, and then now you're getting locked up and shit. Now it's Trayvon Martin. Like literally, that was the progression. We went from being slaves to the civil rights movement, where just be peaceful and let people sick dogs on you and get their ass beat.
Keep being docile. Just be docile through the whole civil rights movement. Just keep it ass kissing, begging ass niggas. Like I don't have nothing to say about that whole time. Like I can't believe my ancestors spent that much time just like wanting to be included, like so bad. It's really
the older generation
that they didn't like just say fuck it and we can do it. We can do it. Like no matter if they burning our shit up. Because if we would have stayed separated, we would have had more Black Panthers by now, and we'll be well protected. But we wanted to merge so damn bad.
They still have that mentality though. I was told that I'm not really making an effort or an effect on people because I don't have credentials and ain't nobody listening to me.
See,
clearly that's not the case. But
and clearly they indoctrinated to feel like white education is real education. Because even me having a master's, I do not feel that accomplished until I become a big Black business owner. Because guess what? All that information they teach you is just so you can go back and work for them. Like all their schooling is so you can go back and work for them. Like ain't nothing really for you to do nothing on your own.
It's a validation piece of paper because you're still Black.
And then it's a financial debt trap too. Don't forget that. I think that's the biggest thing that is a financial debt trap.
Yeah, debt trap. You're right.
Because
I'm not gonna read it because I want them to buy this book. But you got some stuff about finances in here as well, like student loan debts and stuff like that. The book that I'm referring to is Melanin Writings. This is her book. I want to make sure everybody see that. Y'all cop this from the goddess, from the queen, for the one time. Trust me, she actually sent this to me for my birthday back in October. And I was like ecstatic about it. And I feel really good about, having this book in my collection. So the last thing I want to read out of this book, and I'll let you expound on it, is the 2020 Black Codes. And then I'll let people who's watching ask you questions, come up here. I know you got one of your buddies in here if she wants to come up. Yeah. I'm looking. So this is called. Yeah, you're right. I just didn't bring up. But anyways, this is the 2020 Black Codes. We strap up. We as a Black population will become Firearm owners, so we can depend on ourselves for protection. We will become licensed carriers and/or attain stay-at-home guns that do not need to carry. Need a carry license. Now, some people might not even know that there are guns that you can have that you don't need a license for.
And that's what we all need to know. Like, you can have a shotgun in your house.
You just can't be.
And you
Just
can buy that thing at Walmart, just like all the little white killers that be shooting up shit. They buy shit right up at Walmart and go on there and shoot up the community. But we can just
Indeed.
have it for intruders and whoever come trying to invade our space.
That's facts. And if you can buy a $200 pair of Jordans, you can buy a goddamn gun.
You could buy a 38. You could buy a 380. Cause they ain't that expensive. You can find you a nice gun for $300, $200 something dollars.
Hey, there it is.
And everybody's allowed to get a gun, even though it's a process to get the conceal and carry license. If you haven't done nothing, guess what? You can get it. All you gotta do is pay your fee. That's all they want is that money. Pay that little fee, get your thing, and you walking around with it.
So don't be walking on your protection. Don't be playing basketball in your protection.
Yeah, we ain't trying to. No, y'all keep that thing in a safe spot.
So, number 2, we protect our own. We as a Black population will watch out for each other as well as protecting women, children, and men during all times. We will become armed with weaponry and martial arts to prepare for any enemies. Excuse me. That is very important. Women and children always first. Us men need to get back to really protecting our women for sure. Excuse me. I've seen this video this year where this girl was getting arrested on the beach and she was screaming out to her man and he was saying like, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't do nothing. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, that's fucked up because she's screaming out for you to help and you too scared. You more scared of going to jail than protecting your girl. And that's like, nah.
And it shouldn't be that way because they think that everything ends with the cops winning. No, plenty of cops done got what they damn asked for. And that's all I'm going to say. Plenty of cops got what they done asked for. And I'm going to just say this. If anybody think they're going to do something crazy to me and my man got the same mentality. Ain't shit going down crazy around us because we became intellectual so we can protect ourselves. So that means we know our rights. We know what we allowed to do. And we don't act crazy when we go nowhere. So if you want to come over here and fuck with us, then I guess you're inviting yourself to some shit. Because it's not going to be no easy. You ain't going to disrespect me. You ain't going to talk to me crazy. I hurt anybody feeling this mouth game is off the chain. I'm a Virgo just like YP. So just imagine how I get when somebody tries me or disrespects me. Like, it's off the chain. So you don't have to feel hurt from just me being verbal with you. So don't even try it. Just don't try nothing.
No, I feel that. The time of being scared is over.
Exactly.
Number 3, we do not fight or kill each other. We as Black population will use our words to communicate our needs, issues, and conflicts to come to a peaceful resolution. It's sad that that you gotta include that, but that is one of our biggest problems is that we
fighting and killing each other over money.
And we do like what we deem as divine judgment harder on ourselves than other people. When other people do us more dirty, like we really should be like, never mind, I ain't gonna say that. Never mind. Let me move on. I ain't trying to say too much. We educate our own. This is a big one. This is what I live right here. We as a Black population will educate and enlighten our own children and knowledge seekers. Blacks have many prominent elders, historians that can teach and share information. Excuse me. Many of them left behind proficient, knowledgeable works that hold tons of essential information. That's facts. And I ain't gonna lie. I strive to be on that list.
I know. Me
educators. Too. Yeah, like
I think we gonna make it, brother. We're on the right path, man.
It's written in the stars.
I think so. I think that's what the universe said.
Nah, for real. Like it's a reason whatever souls are called to knowledge without fear, we're supposed to be here at this time.
Yes.
I firmly believe that.
Yes.
Firmly. Like there's a reason why we went through all the shit that we went through up until this point to be able to fearlessly speak our minds and speak knowledge. Because that's people act like that's something that's like old, but that's really new. Like even back in the day with Fred Hampton, like he was a rarity. You know,
Exactly.
everybody else wasn't
Was
speaking
scared.
like that.
Was scared.
And you seen what they did to him. So I guess the universe was like, okay, you want to kill off our little two and few leaders? I got you. Now it's a whole generation. Now it's the 80s and 90s babies.
Yep.
Now we taking over.
And I ain't standing down. I am a righteous individual, and I ain't standing down.
That's
So
facts.
you don't come over here and fuck with me and give me something on my on this side. My thing's still gonna be balanced. Period. With my feather in my heart still gonna be balanced. So
You cut my tongue out, I'm gonna learn sign language.
period. You know we're gonna adapt. We are kings and queens of adapting.
That's facts. That's facts. Number 5, we grow our own herbs. We as a Black population will learn and grow our own healing and pleasure herbs. Nature has the medicine cure to everything. I want to say this. Most of their so-called medicines derive from plants. And people don't understand that. Why they don't understand, I don't know. But
I don't know either, but I'm trying to get to the root. I ain't trying to take no pharmaceuticals.
that's facts.
Because all pharmaceuticals is a business. If everybody understands that America is a huge corporations with little corporations, and all those little corporations is everything you see around you, little businesses, then you'll be able to get through this thing better. But if you keep thinking things is done just for it's business.
Just think about this. No matter what state you go, you see the same gas stations, the same fast foods, the same markets.
That's right.
Saying like they really have a monopoly over the whole country. Like you can't go. Like there's no reason why there's nowhere you can drive without seeing a billboard. Like we are always psychologically
being advertised.
Exactly. Psychologically being advertised to. Perfect. That was actually perfect because I was trying to think of the word and I couldn't think of it. We grow our own food.
Market. That's what the 2 words is: being advertised to and marketed to.
That's facts. Hold on. Before we move on, they actually hire like psychologists and things of that nature for like ad companies and stuff because they like literally study psychology and learn the patterns of how people think and the trigger words and all types of shit. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's why data is so important, because the reason these people can market to us the way they do is because they collect all our data. And our data is what they study to get our money again, back over and over.
Here's a pro tip. Stop taking those Facebook quizzes because all that's doing is building a profile on you.
Ooh.
Wink, wink. Hint, hint. That's all it's doing. And it's giving you stupid little, this means you're 97%, whatever. They're data mining. And you're giving up information, personal information about you. And it doesn't have to be your address, phone number and stuff. They're literally logging like, this is how you think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the issue. That's an issue.
Yes. Very important that we try to be more careful with our information, because they are out there to get it and it is worth something. That's what we don't know. Our information and the way we do things, what has the world always worked off of? Black culture, black stuff. Of course, they're going to find some type of way to steal our culture when we at home on our computer or wherever we're at. Like, it's all about getting information about us so they can do better business with us.
And if you think we bullshitting, next time you're having a conversation, pay attention to what ads pop up.
Oh, I know that Jane comes right up. It's the phones are always listening and everything. Like we just talk about certain things and then we're being advertised that when we get back on Facebook.
I have an aromatherapy business, and I was talking to somebody about like different types of sages and stuff. And I started getting ads on YouTube and Facebook all about sages and different. I'm like, what the fuck?
They nosy. They just so nosy. They always
and they just pick up keywords. That's all they doing is this is the algorithm. They said these words. Okay, I got you. And this and I remember on Futurama. I don't know if y'all remember that show, but they had on one episode they had like an actual commercial in people's dreams. And that's damn near where it's headed to. Like this
for real. You getting advertised to in your motherfucking dreams.
In your dreams. That's why another reason. I'm sorry, I keep saying shit, but that's why you shouldn't sleep with the TV on, because all that stuff is subliminal and you're still thinking down.
And your subconscious is still absorbing it.
Yes. And it's actually more potent because you're not actively using your brain at that time.
Yep. To combat any of those thoughts or any of those sounds and frequencies. You're right.
Indeed. So number 6, we grow our own food. We as a Black population will plant, grow, and harvest our own organic food. The white supremacy system, Freemasons provide us GMO and contaminated food options that are directly linked to health issues and diseases. They purposely tamper with food to make it unhealthy. Ooh, that's fire. Damn. I don't know if I want to share that. Fuck it. Okay, hold on. Okay. I'm gonna give up a little piece of my lecture that's coming up. The Moderna. Yeah, you got it out of me. Okay, in the lecture, right? Oh, shout out to the new subscriber, Cold Day in Hell. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. Hey. In my lecture, I break down the different types of biotechnology. And one of the biotechnologies is, I'm not going to tell you because I want to save it, but one of them talks about certain bacteria that causes mild, discomfort in humans purposely. And one of them is salmonella. What happens in grocery stores all the time? Oh, we're recalling lettuce because there's a salmonella outbreak. Or, they're purposely doing that shit. Like, it's literally a whole division of biotechnology with those types of viruses. Like, it's not a game.
I'm sick of them.
Yeah. So if y'all
been sick of them, but God dang.
Yes. So I ain't trying to advertise in the middle of this interview, but
check my boy out, y'all.
Yeah, on the 20th, it's going down $10. That's hit my cash at $10 to get your ticket. But anyways, did you want to add anything on that, or are you ready to go to the next one?
We on food, right? Yeah, I definitely am particular about what I eat. I try my best to get, even though somebody lying about what's organic, I'm still gonna try to get what is organic because that's the best way to try to keep all the toxins out that I can, because these people are so low with all the extra stuff they add in your food just to make you sick slowly, just to kill you faster, just to slow down your immune system and make something unbalanced.
And let me say this too. When the FDA says, well, this doesn't kill you in small doses, that tells you that they're slowly poisoning you.
At some point of amount that
you will die, but not today. So keep taking it.
I'm proud of them people being in charge too, because obviously they don't do right either. So
niggas is crazy. Man.
I don't know why it's so hard to keep all that stuff out, because it's true that we don't need to have that many ingredients on most of the things that we have ingredients on. 'Cause I'm getting set. And then you know what's taking up? Well, it probably been to go, but it's just so irritating to me at this point. Soy. Soy is in everything, and everybody should know that soy is a 81% GMO crop. That means half the crop is fake. So that means
and it produces that estrogen-like chemical. So that's why people be yeah. You know that? Yeah. Soy produces an estrogen-like chemical, and that's why, like, when you see a lot of
and you know
chubby,
we eat a lot of that.
chubby little boys, they're sensitive. Like kids that eat a lot of chocolate and things of that nature, they're very, very sensitive because that chemical. I can't think of it off the top of my head, so I'm about to look it up real quick.
Okay. That's cool. I ain't never know that. I mean, that's not cool, but you know what I'm saying. It's cool to know that. I didn't know that. Because at first I just didn't like soy because it's fake. Like, who wants to eat something that's GMO? I don't want to eat nothing that have been tampered with in the lab at some point. You know what I'm saying? And in GMOs, they pass you that fake nutrition is not. So whatever nutrition the vegetable did have before, it don't got it no more because it's giving you that. They play placebo vegetables. That's what they are. I'm start.
That's why I don't even really like eating frozen vegetables because they always put some type of preservative or something. But soy is. This is what I just Googled it because I couldn't think of what it's called. But soy is unique in that it contains a high concentration of isoflavones, a type of plant estrogen, phytoestrogen, that is similar in function to human estrogen, but with much weaker effects. Soy isoflavones can bind to estrogen receptors in the body and cause either weak estrogenic or anti-estrogenic activity. So pretty much what that's saying is when females eat soy, they lose their estrogen, and when males eat it, they gain it. And that's why they're very, like, chubby kids are very, very sensitive.
I'm so glad I bring up soy.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I be just knowing like random ass shit. I just be researching. I just read a lot. I don't know. But yeah. Thank you for bringing that up because now the people can be like, yo, y'all better watch. Because think about it. Next time you get some chocolate, next time you get some candy, look at the soy lecithin because that's the soy component in that stuff. So you kind of gotta watch, 7, we combine our dollars. We as a Black population combine our monies and practice Black group economics to buy collectively and accumulate generational wealth amongst the Black population. That's what I'm Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey all day.
That's all right. Right. That's all I want to do is just walk out my front door and see my other neighbor good. Right. I want you to be good. I want you to be good. I want us all to have prosperous business because guess what? If they got it, we can have it.
Man, we need to start boycotting all businesses that's not Black owned.
That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do because it can happen. It can happen, and that's what it's going to take to change the financial state of the whole USA.
But I think we would have to get a group of like-minded individuals to provide the absence of those stores, though. Yes. And I think that's the challenge of it, finding like-minded people that's willing to be like, okay, let's invest in this small building to turn that into a small market, and then everybody come here.
Yeah,
like that's the element that I think would be the biggest challenge. But I feel like we need to strive to do that as much as possible. And that actually goes on to the next one that you have. We start businesses and service our own first. We as a Black population will start our own LLCs and corporations that will serve everyone, but firstly our own. We are we are put last by white supremacy and Freemasons in any and every scenario, and it's time for us to put ourselves first. Shit, you ain't even gotta add nothing on that. You killing it in this book, yo.
Appreciate it, man.
And it's only one more. Number 9, men. This is like the most important one. Men love, protect, and uplift men. Women love, protect, and uplift women. And men and women love, protect, and uplift each other infinitely. We as a black population will love, protect, and uplift all black people at all times. This does include the critiquing of each other as well as the praise of each other. With headway behavior, we will have each other's backs by any means necessary. And that was in big, bold, black letters.
For a reason.
Necessary.
For a reason. The king said that.
Nah, that's... Y'all purchase this book. How much is it?
It's $20. But I got a sale right now, so if anyone gets 2 items, you'll get 15% off. And that's like 2 items out of my whole store. And I got other stuff in there. I got this shirt in there. I made it.
Well, let me show the people your store, your website. You can tell them all about it.
Okay. So right there is gonna be the breakdown of X by CC. My logo containing a sun, heart, and because that's all the vibes that I'm on. Love, life, and the sun. And I got my book collection. I also have a book coming out very soon. It's going to be 100 Black business affirmations. So that'll be 2 self-help books because I have 100 I am Black affirmations for the Black Afro-Aborigine of Earth family. And then in a little bit, you can get it on pre-order right now, right there. And Melanin Writings 2. It'll be coming out sometime in 2021. Y'all keep the lookout for that. And also I want y'all to go follow my business Instagram.
Here, so let me put it in the chat. What is it?
Oh, just go down to the bottom of the store page and then you can click the Instagram thing and then it'll go to it. Oh yeah, look at that. Yep. And then the book page is right there. I had a separate one for my book. Because it's going to be
like...
go
follow the guys. Go ahead and follow the queen. Support. See, she got the ISIS papers on deck. See?
Yes, on my book Instagram, I also share books that we all need. Like, it's not all with me. It's not all about me getting any of the shine. It's about us growing as a whole. It's about us all obtaining the information and getting the knowledge that we need and what's left for us. We got to stop ignoring the things that were left for us.
No, that's facts. Because what they do it for.
Exactly.
People say, and if this sounds corny, I don't care. People say that we died to be able to vote. Our ancestors died to be able to vote. But I think that they died for us to learn, for us to be able to learn, to have knowledge.
I like that better. I like that way better.
Because a lot of the people that got murdered was liberators. Educationally, economically, physically, psychologically, all of that. All the leads you can think of. They they sacrificed themselves. So for them to die in vain of us just being ignorant, that's not right. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah, that does sound much better because it on one hand, it can look like the they die to feel included and feel like they want to be a part of everything that somebody that's not like them and who conquered them and colonized them, you want to be a part of that. But dying for us to be able to get knowledge is way better.
Yeah. I don't think Fred Hampton died for us to be on Love and Hip Hop. I don't think that's
Definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Definitely not.
I'm sorry, I don't think that's why he, put his stuff out there.
And that's why I do not use my time looking at that at all. At all.
Yeah.
It's way more better things we have to watch. Like it's a ton of people like you and Pharaoh on YouTube. Like it's a ton of stuff for us to watch. Like knowledge and information is so easily available. Do you know how I read some books for free? Like
Yeah.
on a PDF. But people still refuse to just take some time. Like just have 30 minutes a day if you just,
People, okay, I don't want to misconstrue and say that people can do what I do because everybody can't. But if you took the time to focus your energy on information, you could be as smart or smarter than me. And as smart and smarter than all the other people who do this. The difference between us and them is just that we decided to use our cognitive ability for more understanding. Like it's niggas who can break down a fucking basketball game by the stats, by everything. They are the master of
every player on every team, but can't tell you 10 black inventors.
At all. Or if I say the Fibonacci, they think I'm talking about an Italian nigga or some shoes, like some dress shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny, but it's not at the same time because it's like, y'all, it's okay to be a nerd.
It's hurtful. I feel hurt every time like black people don't know certain black. Like, man, we gotta get better. Like we gotta get better, and that's why I wrote a book to try to compile some information because that's the only way we can preserve things. I ain't gonna say that's the only way, but that's one of the ways we can preserve things. And I made it colorful and a lot of images for a reason because we need to see certain things.
Both sides of the brain, right?
Act accordingly.
You hitting the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. Putting that.
Yep. That's what I was going for.
And look, I ain't trying to make no excuses, but I'm glad I was a comic book ass nerd because that I think reading comic books really helped me be able to like decipher information, break shit, like see the whole picture of everything instead of just, because you can overwork one side of the brain or, you gotta like, people used to say like, oh, you need pictures to read books. Like, yeah, you kind of do. And you need to read it. Ain't it? You're supposed to read it. You're supposed to read words on the left. No. What side is the logic side? My brain is like, hold on.
I am not for sure, bro.
I got a walking computer right here.
Hold research on the brain.
I think it's the. Hold on. Because I think I got the answer, but I just got to make sure I'm not just saying anything.
Yeah. That's good that you care to check. But, hey, bro, you know how you just bring up comics? I ain't even told too many people, but that's going to be one of the next projects that's going to be coming out in 2021, too.
Okay.
I ain't gonna tell what the concept of it is on here, but I'll tell.
You gotta look. You see, I'm beaming right now. I'm
so excited, and guess who's gonna be my artist? Your girl.
Who?
Your girl.
Oh no, it's. I ain't trying to say it's a lot of girls, but who? you got
the one who was in my chat the other time with us.
Oh, she doing it. Hey, shout out to her. Shout out to
Auntie. She came on. I sent her the link. I hope she came on. I didn't tell her earlier enough, but I hope she came on.
Yeah.
send her this video once I get it off the YouTube for myself.
Yeah, shout out to her. She dope. She dope as well.
Yeah, man.
I'm like,
Be some black girl magic going on.
hey, she's a dope ass artist. Like,
yes, she is. That's why I was like, hey, Sade.
Nah, that's fire. Shout out Alki. I'll call Alki here. But I was right. It is the left side of the brain is the logical side.
Oh, okay.
So you're supposed to actually read, like, you know how like manga books are read.
What's a manga book?
Okay, those are Japanese, pretty much Japanese comic books.
Oh, okay.
And you read them like this will be considered the cover. So it reads like this.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
And that's because
that their books is like that.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. Like, but anyways, yeah.
like this.
I think we've reached a part of the interview where if people want to come in and ask the queen any questions, please do. I will put the link in the chat. Backstage, buddy, would you like to come up and say a few words? Or are you chilling? Because I'll bring you up. Tell me in the private chat if you're trying to come up here. I don't think she do. We're going to see. But yeah, if anybody would like to come up here and talk to the queen, the link is right there. Y'all done seen her Instagram, so y'all check her out. Please support her when I tell you this book is fire right here. I'm not capping. Honestly, this is a dope book, dope collection of thoughts. Like for
I love the vibes. I love the
I fucks with it. Because authorship is dope, and we need more black authors. So if somebody write a book, like that's not no easy task.
Yeah.
Like, and you self-published this, right?
Yes, I did. I did it on my own, and I'm gonna do all my books the same way on my own.
Hey. Shahrazad Ali self-published her own books and stuff.
She did. I'm just about to start reading her book too, because I just got the 2 PDFs.
I want those books, the guides.
I'm gonna get the book too, though. I'm gonna get the book, but I got the PDF. I'm excited about that. That's exactly what I just told myself the other day, like a day ago. I'm about to start reading her book now, because I love her. Her and her Sister Soldier and Frances Cress Wells, and them really my inspirations for wanting to be like a female liberator, a female that cares about her people indefinitely.
And I was gonna say, I really respect you because there's not a lot of women in our age group that's doing what you're doing. And I'm not knocking it because I know a lot of queens that do a lot of like psychic things like tarot and oracle and stuff. And I love that because that's like divine guidance. But that is the realm that I see black women in a lot, not really on the intellectual stuff. So I really like commend you for taking that approach, because we need more women like you out here doing it big. And shout out to your king too, because I can tell that he's like a big support.
He is. He really is.
For you. So shout out to him, for real.
Yeah, he definitely helps me with everything. So he know more than me, man. So just imagine when we get in the conversation together, me, you, and him.
Hey, we about to build some empire.
We're gonna all walk off knowing something that we didn't know.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, I have a book.
I find out stuff about him every time I talk with him and somebody else. I be like, you ain't never told me that. Or if it was just something that I've never known about, just something.
You can't give it all away.
And been more places than me and everything. So I'm all like, man, that's cool.
You can't give all the secrets away.
You should see him. He took my facts. He get on
my for real.
Well, yeah.
So does anybody want to come up here? Anybody got any questions? if
And I
you
also
don't,
want y'all to check out my new book too, though, because this is Black Affirmations for the Family. Because what we got to realize is in this world where we're subjective to white supremacy, we are continually being fed negative imageries, messages on a constant basis. And whether we agree with them or not, whether we resonate with them or not, is being absorbed by our subconscious. We can't stop it from getting into our subconscious. And whether we know it's bad for us or not, that's the thing right there. People don't realize the other things that are around us, whether it's sound waves and frequencies, whether it's secret words that are somewhere that you don't know, whether it's in your visual or whether it's in your ears, in your whatever you're listening to, but it still is going to affect you the negative way that it might have meant to be. So what we got to do is train our brains and hearts and minds to think positive thoughts about ourselves, about people who look like us, about our whole communities. It's about building our divinity to get back where we were, and that's on top. That is with dynasties, huge families. Everybody's loved, everybody's fed, everybody is fly. Period. We got to get
all
back.
right.
And how we can do that is affirmations. Oh, I keep putting affirmations. Affirmations is the key. Like everybody knows that the power of I am, and the power of I am is really important because it is directly tuning into your subconscious. It's directly addressing your subconscious to say, I am a worldwide best-selling author. That means
Indeed.
I am manifesting it. It's happening. It will be accomplished. If we tell ourselves these different positive things and keep positive thoughts in our head and kick negative thoughts out of our head, then we can progress accordingly. We can get to where we're trying to go, and we'll be at Black liberation before we know it.
And you
If
know
we
what's
all
important?
train our own minds to be great.
You know why that's super important? I recently learned that energy comes before matter. So you have to push that energy out into the ether, into the universe, in order for it to come to you. If you don't feel it and if you don't think it, it cannot manifest. So I really love that.
And that's what we got to know. That's a word. And I was telling Bay one day, I was explaining that when I was younger, the only way the word manifest was used to me in grade school was during something really horrible, and that is manifest destiny. And that is actually the Trail of Tears when they killed all our people coming in America, doing, that's really what that was. And that's the only time I heard that. And that was basically saying white people gonna manifest their way in this land. And that's why I'm like, the word manifest is so powerful, and I'm mad that is the only time it was ever introduced to me. It was only introduced to me to tell me about manifest destiny, and that is about white people coming onto my lands where my people are killing us in America.
And they've never
to make their way and colonize like how they do. But knowing what manifest really means is a very important word. It's a very important word. And the reason we don't get much done is because we too busy praying. We're too busy praying. We got to manifest things in our lives. And that means putting physical energy and work into your own body, mind, and heart to do what you desire. Period. If you think it, you can do it. If you think it, you can do it. And I'm not talking about just thinking it for one day. I'm not talking about just saying it one time, because that's not how it works. That's not how you manifest something. You have to cultivate what you want. You got to build what you want. You got to create what you want. But you can only do that by implanting positive ideas, thoughts, and things into your brain.
No, that's fact.
You can't dwell on anything that's negatively came about you. You can't worry about all the negative things that the news is gonna say about you and people who look like you with that mess talking about, oh, black people need to take a vaccine. No, black people don't. Black people don't need a vaccine at all. And that's ignorant that they would even say they need to take it first. That lets you know who they want dead. And it's like, y'all are not getting it. Some people are still thinking that we need white people to cure us from stuff. No, we don't. If you're walking around fine, then you're fine. But
Somebody go, I'm sick. I need, it's a psychological thing.
Honest. Why would you go to somebody and have them to implant something into you and think you ain't going to have no type of reaction? Of course you're going to have a reaction.
And then they tell you that, I'm kind of giving away some of the lecture again, but they tell you that you're going to get the sense. I know it's hard. It's hard because that just shows me that it needs to be done.
Yeah.
It actually tells you that you're going to feel the symptoms of COVID. So just like how you get the flu shot, you get a shot of the flu, so you get flu-like symptoms because they're giving you the flu. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing.
Exactly. It's the same thing. They're saying, okay, well, I'm going to put the flu in you and we're going to see how fast and how bad you react to it. And then we're going to try to treat you some more. Like, I'm tired of black people just trusting them in our health, period. Like, do you guys not see the pattern? And it's not us coming out on top being healthy. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Bill Gates kill our people in Africa with needles and vaccines and whatever they put in them syringes, and they do it here, and y'all do it voluntarily.
He literally said, if we do the vaccines right, we're going to cut the population out of his own mouth.
Too. That's another thing with us not reading or caring about people who try to tell us what's going on. Because somebody only got to tell me that he said that for me to go, hey, let me go look that up. Did he say that? Like, did he do that? And yes, he has spoken about a depopulation event. Like something. He wants something to happen for depopulation to happen. He feel like it's too many people on the world. He feel like it's too many black people because we all know we the ones that's covering up the most of the world.
Because he's a eugenicist, and that's what he does.
But y'all still think that y'all should deal with somebody who literally done killed plenty of your people in a different land, killed plenty of your people in this land with any of the drugs he been involved with. And they bring up a good point. He ain't got no certifications in science or medicine, but y'all keep trusting him to have an answer about medicine. Like,
And you know what, though? They modeled their technology based on our body. Like a car component is like I'm not trying to be nasty, but like a penis and all that kind of stuff, So, computer is the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a person like Bill Gates who's known to make antiviruses and viruses for computers, and if all technology is modeled off of humans, you don't think that he can
simulate something for a person?
I mean, 2 plus 2 equals what?
Like, these people don't have nothing else to do with their time but see how they can keep you down some more. Like, that's literally what it is. And we got to stop trusting them on all their outlets, meaning media, meaning all these news things. Like, why do y'all trust these people to tell y'all what happens when they have been proven to lie, proven that they have stories that a few of them, certain of them have said the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, story here in 10 cities, same exact thing. Like, I don't know how much. And then it's people who acknowledge that the news is fake and that they know that they lie and they still watch it daily. And that's what really baffles me. It's like, why do you know that these people are lying? What are you trying to do every day? Decipher what's the truth and what's the lie? You just gonna pick and choose what you think is true, but you still really don't have any actual data. You still don't have any factual data, and all you've wasted your time is watching the news to try to figure out what is the truth about it, instead of just going somewhere where somebody is giving you some proof about something.
No, that's facts. And I want to show y'all something real quick. This is out of my eugenics revisited lecture. I just want to show y'all this real quick. This is a magazine that came out on February 1997. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
It says worst case scenario, an overpopulated planet choked to extinction by a lung attacking virus. Bill Gates talked to John Kennedy about Murdoch money and world domination. And this is an actual real magazine. Like this, it's
yeah, I believe.
I got the patent on coronavirus in this lecture.
And that's what I'm saying. That's another thing. All these things have patents. And y'all still think that you should go back to the same people who patent stuff to say you want them to help you get it right. And they put it out there for you to get it just so you can come back and speak. And like, people just don't realize how this whole world, this whole place is a business at this point. Like, nothing is free. Even if you don't need it, they're going to sell it to you. That's how it goes.
And let me just throw this out there just for shits and giggles. This is Marie Stopes. This is the person who made Planned Parenthood. She was an advocate.
I thought it was Margaret Sanger.
Well, no, I'm sorry. This was the first person who had like a birth control place. Margaret Sanger is the creator of Planned Parenthood, but this is the predecessor. I'm sorry. I misspoke. She was an advocate of birth control, founded the United Kingdom's first instructional clinic for contraception in 1921. She wrote the book Married Love in 1918, which advocated wide use of birth control to make marriage happier for women. A foundation in her name has been made, and they have been pushing eugenics around the world. In a book called Radiant Motherhood, Stopes went on to denounce any society that allows the diseased, the racially negligent, the thriftless, the careless, the feeble-minded, the very lowest and worst members of the community to produce innumerable tens of thousands of stunted, warped, and inferior infants. And of course, man, okay, I'm about to get off of here, but yeah.
Damn.
I say all that to say this. All of this stuff that's supposed to be meant for the good of black people are always ran by racist fucks, for lack of better title.
Secret intentions. Like, they always have secret intentions, and we are so gullible that we just be like, oh, they just want to help me take my baby. No, they want to take your baby, eat it, sell it, make other products with it, and then sell it back to you.
And have you eat it. Eating some good old baby chips.
Oh, no, that's sad. So true though. I know I seen somewhere they had the lip balm or something, like something they was putting on their lips. And I'm like, what the hell? They so evil. It's just, and that's why it's sad. It's sad that people don't care about knowing things, because you fall right into all their evil plans of making a fool of you. And that's what I'm saying. They won't be laughing at me for wearing no baby lip balm, because I know I done read the ingredients on my Burt's Bees that it ain't nothing in there that I don't know what it is.
Nah, that's facts. And for those who don't know, since we on vaccines and stuff, y'all know that they have aborted baby fetal tissue in those vaccinations. Just so you know. So, hey. Do what you want to do. Free
babies,
will.
Animals, robots, all of it in there.
All types of chicken. Literally, some of them have chicken embryo stuff in the vaccines. Like I literally read it for myself.
Oh, don't forget insects. You know they got some insects in the vaccines too. So insects, babies.
Oh, for all those who love spicy chips, because I ain't gonna lie, I love spicy chips. Y'all know that red dye comes from like crushed bugs. Like,
oh my goodness.
No
Not
cap.
chopped.
Y'all can look
Not
that
chopped.
up. It's like beetles.
Crushed bugs. I've heard something like that before. I didn't hear it about it.
And red 40 is actually a poison, and it's actually used in like paint and stuff too.
And what?
When you see red 40 lake, Let me hold on. I got another
What?
lecture. Let me pull.
What you
Let me
think?
pull up. Let me pull up another lecture in the cut. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Hold on, real quick. What is it called? Hold on. Let me look up something real quick. I gotta find. Here we go. I'm gonna read it for y'all.
Okay.
Cause you know I ain't no Capzilla. I don't be capping. Now this lecture that I'm about to read from is called Corner Store Chemistry. I actually got to do another one where I literally break down the ingredients of each, like of a corner store snack.
Oh my God, I gotta see that.
Yeah.
I gotta see that. That sounds very interesting.
Yeah. Hold on.
I hate that I like stuff out the store.
Okay.
Oh
So
God.
this is
Hey, look.
Red 40 Lake. Let me show y'all the product I was breaking down real quick before I go back to it. Fritos brand flaming hot flavored corn chips. I put all the ingredients down, then I break them down to their molecular level and all that. But let me read what it is.
Boy,
Dangers of food color dye. The three most widely used culprits, yellow 5, yellow 6, and red 40, contain compounds including bizidine and 4-amino biphenyl that research has linked with cancer. Research has also associated food dyes with problems in children, including allergies, hyperactivity, learning impairment, irritability, and aggressiveness. So all those like suckers and stuff that we grew up eating and shit like that, yeah. Red 40 Lake, a red azo dye. Allura Red AC is approved by the FDA for use in cosmetics, drugs, and food. When prepared as a lake, it is disclosed as Red 40 Lake or Red 40 aluminum lake. It is used in some tattoo inks and is used in many products such as cotton candy, soft drinks, cherry flavored products, children's medicines, and dairy products. What is a lake? What is a azo dye? A lake pigment is a pigment made by precipitating a dye with an inert binder or mordant, usually a metallic salt. Let me say that again. A lake pigment is a pigment made by precipitating a dye with an inert binder or mordant, usually a metallic salt. So it's metal in your chips. Azo dyes are widely used to treat textiles and leather articles.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, and I break a lot of other shit down, but I just wanted to show y'all that.
Yeah, when is that one?
Oh, I'm working on it because I got to break down the rest of another product, then I'm gonna do it. So be on the lookout for that one.
Knowledge Network, Tony Black.
Yeah, shout out Street Knowledge in the building. Shout out Uncle Shug. Shout out the whole chat. Every time I'm here, I learn something new. Salute. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope so.
I'm finna eat. Hope y'all don't mind because I'm hungry.
Oh, no, you all right. We've been up here for like an hour and a half. I appreciate your time. Is there we can actually end this and then talk backstage or whatever.
I want to read 2 affirmations for everybody real quick.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Let me shut up.
Okay. Okay. So 2 affirmations out of my 100 I am book. I am the solution to my problems. In the year 2020, we as Black Afro-melanated Aborigines of Earth have all the necessary skills to create and or find the solutions to pretty much any issue with an internet search. We can do whatever we need through Black unity and upliftment. We have to seek within ourselves and in our communities for the answers to our problems. The oppressor has never included our best interests. It is up to us to fix and help us. Next, I am no friend to my enemies. This will all need to resonate with us. When people do things to you that's unrighteous, Why do you keep being involved with that person,
All right.
entity, or corporation, or whatever it is? This is where religions constructed by oppressors and the boule they send out to fool us tricked us into being so docile and forgiving so they could kill us and take whatever they want from us, and we still fall willingly under their rulership. Love thy enemy needs to be deleted from the Black Aborigines brain computer because it contributes to our degradation and inferior positions. We must stop turning the other cheek when they violate our natural liberties. Thus, we will keep being victims in their games of colonization. Enemies deserve equal retaliation.
That's facts. And actually, I needed that. I needed that. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh,
That resonated. So
universe
yeah,
sent that to me because I had flipped through this. I was like, "What's the good one?"
I needed that. See, I'm a damn near fucking. When I look back at this, I'm just gonna keep rewinding that part. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you for gracing
Thank
my
you.
platform. Like, this was a pleasure having you up here. The energy you brought, your dope ass book. Y'all need to go ahead and get that. For real. And yeah, like we definitely gonna link up out here. I want to thank each and every one of you who sat here and watched and listened and gave us
Yes,
time.
thank viewers.
Yes, we appreciate that. Make sure y'all follow her on her social medias. Make sure if y'all have not subscribed to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we out.